The SATR3 system is an extremely comprehensive and powerful gaming system suitable for outdoor and indoor use. To take advantage of the full power of SATR3 requires practice. Operating the basic games, especially with the battlefield tag genre, is quite straightforward and is often the best place to start. Our how-to guides cover indoor, outdoor, and mobile operations. Read and implement the settings and missions found in the operations guide most appropriate for your business. A fully revised Advanced Games Handbook is also available. This has details of missions that you can run once you are familiar with the basic missions in the how-to guides. A truly comprehensive explanation of the SATR3 system can be found in the user guide. This guide is regularly updated to reflect the latest features in the SATR3 system. Before progressing into the details of how to use the SATR3 system, you need to carefully watch the 12 videos that give an overview of the SATR3. Do this now. Assuming the gaming gun has been set to a device role of gamer and is not locked. Then when the gaming gun is turned on, the boot screen will appear after a few seconds. A trigger pull will take you to a live game. For all devices to work in a game, you have to pull the trigger on each device. To enter the common menu, in which you will find commonly used options, push the red reload button on the boot screen. If you push the black mode button on the boot screen, it will take you to the uncommon menu. This is especially useful to change the device role and genre. While in the boot screen, the top left-hand corner of the LCD will list the alias name of this device. If no alias has been selected, then it will say no alias. The top right corner shows the difficulty level. On the second line, to the left, is the genre, while the battle number followed by the team letter is on the right. Importantly, for devices to work together, they have to be on the same battle. Gamers set to the same team can't shoot each other unless friendly fire is turned on. Third line starts with the language, and on the right is the voltage of the device. If the unit is below 6 volts, it should be recharged before use. The bottom line will scroll through the weapon emulations and armor currently in force. It will also scroll through the current code version. After a trigger pull on the boot screen, the gaming gun is now ready to play. Typically, the team needs to be set before a game starts. The easiest way to do this is with the master controller. In common settings, use the set team command. Your options will include Team A and Team X, among others. Team X refers to no team. In a public session, you are unlikely to want teammates hitting each other by accident, and therefore you should set them to teams, for example, Team A and Team B. To see what a gaming gun is currently set to, check the device's LCD. The team is shown on the right-hand side of line 3. In uppercase letters such as capital A means the device is set to Team A with friendly fire off. If the A is lowercase, friendly fire is on. Then all gaming guns can hit this one, even other members of Team A. Top left has the current health followed by the hit point maximum. Top right has the ammunition in the current magazine followed by the magazine maximum capacity. The second line has the details of the emulation in the current slot, in this case, the default P90 emulation. The system will then scroll automatically to show how many reloads are left, and the type of damage this weapon does, and the amount of damage. In this example, this will be 4 reloads and 4 points of piercing damage. The third line has H for hits, K for kills, and S for spawns. The last line starts with the current status. This will normally be ready, but could be reloading, paused, or empty. Empty means the ammunition needs to be reloaded. The fire mode is the action of the current emulation. The most common is FA, meaning fully automatic. SA stands for semi-automatic. PA is pump action. CS is chainsaw. SS is single shot. and BA is bolt action. During a timed game, the bottom right-hand side of the screen will show the time left in the mission. When a mission ends, the gamer can see their statistics by pulling the trigger to scroll through the normal screen, mission stats, and session stats. Mission stats are the statistics for the last mission. Session stats is all the missions combined since the last time the gaming gun was turned on, a clear stats command was issued, or a briefing command was issued. A is for accuracy as a percentage. A /W is the kill assist to wound ratio. A kill assist is every hit this gamer made on another gamer including kills. A wound is every hit on this gamer including deaths. O is the number of times an objective was achieved, such as taking control of a domination box or returning a flag or depositing money in a vault. K/D is the classic kill to death ratio. K is the number of kills on opposition gamers, and D is the number of times this gamer has been killed. One of the great features of the SATR3 system is any device can act as another device by simply changing the device role in the uncommon menu. One of the most common changes is setting a gaming gun as a master controller or medic box. All devices can be changed individually through the menus accessed via the boot screen. Please note that devices in locked state will bypass the boot screen and you will first need to unlock your device. If the device has an infrared sensor, it can be unlocked by a master controller. The unlock command is found on the rare settings menu. Alternatively, any device can be unlocked by turning it on with the key, pushing the reload button 10 times exactly, the mode button 10 times exactly, and then turning off and on with the key. After waiting for the copyright notice to complete, push the black mode button to enter the uncommon menu. If the genre is not the one desired, change this now. On all menus, the mode and reload buttons scroll up and down the list, and the trigger locks in the change. It is important to note that some device roles are only available in certain genres. A reset is used to set a device back to factory default values consistent with the current genre. For this course, set the genre to BF Live and select the reset, Modern. You don't wish to return your device to factory defaults, select No for the reset. Next, scroll through the device role options and select a controller. Edit details should be No, simply pull the trigger. Once back on the boot screen, pull the trigger again. The directing staff use a master controller to manage the gaming guns by radio commands and infrared commands. Radio commands affect all devices on the same battle as the controller. Infrared commands only affect the devices that the infrared beam hits. Generally, radio commands are used to start and end missions. The most common use of infrared commands is to set the teams on the gaming guns and boxes. Each option has a voiceover to explain it in more detail. For very basic operations, a simple controller is available. This is typically used in conjunction with preset equipment that has been locked. Often you will want to use the Battlefield tag genre. This setup can minimize staff training and make SATR3 easier to understand. On a master controller, commands are grouped by general categories. Categories can be scrolled through with the reload and mode buttons. To enter a category, pull the trigger. IR commands. This menu includes all temporary settings and commands issued via infrared transmission. The operator needs to point at the sensors on the target device and then pull the trigger on the master controller. IR commands do not make permanent changes to the target device's configuration. Radio commands. This menu includes all commands issued via digital radio to all devices on the same battle as the master controller. This menu also includes setting a mission timer. Common settings. This menu updates permanent configuration settings by infrared transmission. All changes are retained between reboots. Configurations that are likely to change frequently are included in this menu. Monitor. Search with radio for devices of the selected type. The user then selects the specific device, and the system returns key information about that device. Basic scoring information and team settings are shown on list of matching devices. It's useful to have an alias assigned to each device. Control. Remotely control devices on the same battle by radio. Phrases. Trigger pre-recorded phrases from the master controller to play on gaming guns on the same battle. Notably, "You are victorious" and "Change ends." Miscellaneous. System testing and retrieving target devices data either via infrared or radio. Configurations. User-specified configurations which can then be used on target devices. For operators that have a common set of configurations to use, this can be implemented to save time setting the gaming guns. The user has the option of updating multiple devices using radio or a single device using infrared. The digital radio option can be limited to a specific battle, or it can ignore battles and update all items within range. Remember to turn off any devices that you don't wish to have updated, regardless of whether you have selected the infrared or radio option. Rare settings. This menu includes all permanent settings issued via infrared transmission that are infrequently changed. All changes are retained between boots. Only one setting at a time can be altered. To return to the main menu, pull the trigger on the main menu option. Spawn. If target gaming gun is in dead state, it can be respawned using this function. New menu. Target gaming gun starts a new game restoring all health and ammunition. This is useful if you have sent a game start command via digital radio to the entire group and one unit didn't start. Reload. If the target gaming gun has used at least one magazine of ammunition, then all their ammunition is restored. Pause. Targeted gaming gun enters a paused state. Resume. When targeted, a paused gaming gun returns to normal operations. Shoot. Target gaming gun has their hit points reduced. Total damage can be specified through the common menus on the master controller. Stealth shot. Shoots without making a shooting noise. Kill. A shot that inflicts 1,000 points of damage. Please note, if the target is configured to basic damage, then only 1 point of damage is done. Jam. Causes the target gaming gun to be jammed, requiring a push of the reload button to clear. Mystery. Targeted gaming guns temporarily or randomly change emulation. The mystery has 4 options. Random. A completely random emulation is chosen from the emulation list. List is restricted by genre setting. Class. A random emulation is selected from within the current class of the current slot. Weapons. A random selection of a weapon emulation from the classes allowed by the genre setting of the target device. The selected emulation will be a weapon. Simple. A random selection of a weapon emulation from the classes allowed by the genre setting of the target device. Excluded are emulations with fire modes of pump action, bolt action, or chainsaw. Pause. Sends all devices on the same battle as the master controller into pause mode. Resume. Returns all paused devices to normal operations. Clear stats. Clear all the player stats that have accumulated. This is very useful at the beginning of each session as an alternative to resetting all stats using the key. Note that a briefing command also performs a clear stats function. End. Sends all devices into game over state. Set timer. Specifies how long the next game will run for. Start. Starts a new game for any devices currently in paused or game over state. Note, this command has no effect on gaming guns in ready state. If a timed game is indicated in the settings, a start command will start the timer. When the timer reaches 0, all devices on the same battle will enter game over state. Find. Sends find command to all devices regardless of battle or state or configuration. These devices will flash their hit lights, muzzle flash, and make a siren sound effect until a trigger is pulled on them. Unfind reverses the effect of the find command. Briefing prepares all gaming guns for a briefing. Similar to a pause command, all players are put in a pause state. However, their gaming guns will not make any sound on trigger pull. This ensures an easier briefing. Additionally, it performs the clear stats function and restores gamers to full health. Set Team. This function allows teams to be set by infrared command. Gaming guns set to a team cannot be hit by gaming guns on their own team. Generally, for civilian use and close quarters battles, Battlefield Sports recommends that friendly fire is turned off and players are assigned to a team. Reset. Reset all factory default settings associated with the currently selected genre. For example, if the genre is Battlefield Live, the most common reset option will be Modern. The display will say Change Modern. Pull the trigger while aiming at the sensors of the gaming gun that you want to reset. Set Emulations. Configure the preferred emulations of each slot. This function is used in conjunction with the Change Emulation command. Step 1. Select a slot. Step 2. Select the emulation such as handguns or rifles. Step 3. Select an emulation from the list of emulations. Next, use the reload button to go to change emulation. The Change Emulations function updates the emulation slots of the target gaming guns. This function will update target gaming guns slots based on emulation selected with Set Emulations command. Point the master controller towards the gaming guns to change their emulations. Set Difficulty updates the difficulty level of the target gaming gun, including setting the hit points to the default value of the specified difficulty level. Set Health. Set the target gaming gun to a new maximum hit point level. Set Armor. Select the armor type for target gaming guns. The armor shown will only be those consistent with the current genre. The armor location must be specified. Set Battle. Devices interact based on their battle. A gaming gun will accept radio commands, take hits, and hit others, only if the message comes from a device on the same battle. Set Volume. Changes the target gaming gun's volume. Set Reloads. Set the number of spare magazines for a specified slot on target game. Set Character or Set Template. Select from the genre-specific character classes or templates. All the characteristics associated with that character will be loaded. Hit Rate. The minimum time between hits, 1 second, is typical. The lower the hit rate, the harder the simulation. Basic Reset. This will set a target device back to normal operations based on the genre of the target device. The settings except for military specifications are Battle 1, High Volume, Unlocked, Normal Game Mode, Voice Feedback On, Friendly Fire Off, Mission Time Unlimited, Stoppages Off, Hit Rate once per second, Difficulty Level Standard, Scope Control Normal, Kill Near Miss Disabled. Hit points are 25 or 5 for Battle Tag. Any team, Team X. No template and no armor. The emulation will be the default for the current class in slot 1. All other slots are cleared. With military specification, the voice feedback, stoppages, and kill near miss settings will be unchanged. This is a combination of a medic box and ammunition box. On the top of this device is an infrared emitter which sends signals in whichever direction the box faces in a broad but short-ranged beam. On boot, the configuration of the box can be set via the common menu. Push the reload button on the boot screen. Note that if the box is not already set to a combination box, change the device role via the uncommon menu like we did earlier for the master controller. Normally, a combination box is set to a team so that only gamers from that team will be respawned or reloaded. A respawn can be triggered by the gamer by pushing the green button on the box, and a reload by pushing the red reload button. A respawn command will only work on a dead gaming gun. Automatic respawn and reload can be set via the common menu. To do this, change auto issue to yes. This feature is great because gamers don't need to push any buttons on the box to receive a reload or respawn. How many respawns a team receives can be limited by the time from the start of the mission or have a fixed number. Set the range to medium. From SATR version 3.1, a combination box can respawn by radio over a short distance. This is in addition to the respawn by infrared signal. This saves the gamer having to point a sensor at the top of the box. The domination box is an objective that players must shoot to gain control of. The box will track the amount of time each team is in control of the box. The team with the most amount of time wins the box. When a team is in control of the box, the strip lights flash. If Alpha team is in control, it flashes red. And if Bravo team is in control, it flashes blue. The domination box can be set to announce regularly which team is in control. When the mission ends, the box flashes the winning team's color and announces the winning team. By default, to take control, the box needs to be shot by a team member. However, in the box can be set to change control based on button push instead. In the common menu, the option for hit points dictates how many times the attacking team must shoot the box to take control. The default and most common value is 1. A perk box provides temporary upgrades to the gamers. A gamer can only have one perk at a time, and the perk only lasts until they die. Like most boxes, gamers have to have a direct line of sight from the infrared emitter to one of their sensors to complete the upgrade. A gamer can only attempt random upgrades once per minute, including perk, mystery armor, and mystery weapons. If they attempt an upgrade before then, their gaming gun will say mystery lockout. Normally, a perk box will be set to standard perks. This means the gamer will receive a random perk from the standard perk list. An alternative list called zombie perks can be specified by the staff via the common menu. A perk box can be configured to provide a specific perk rather than a random perk. Some examples of perks include Bandolier. Double the number of magazines in the current slot. The perk does not provide magazines that have already been used, so if the gamer has not yet reloaded, their magazines will double. But if they have already used 2 up, they'll still be less 2. Body armor. Gain 2 points of damage reduction against all types of attack. Last stand. When first reduced to 0 or less hit points, the gamer is not dead unless they take 1 more hit. Instead, their weapon emulation temporarily changes to the default pistol. Crack shot. Increase range category by 1. If range is already set to long, then the recoil is disabled. Fast reload. Reload time halved for all weapons. Steady aim. No recoil means the red dot stays on even when shooting for all weapons. Stealth. No muzzle flash and sound volume reduced. Stopping power. Changes the weapon damage to 25 in the primary weapon. Super mag. Magazine capacity doubled for the current weapon. SATR3 simulates armor protection so that armor reduces to the amount of damage that is inflicted. This is called damage reduction, or DR for short. Damage that penetrates the armor also damages the armor. Because of this, armor has its own hit point value. Armor protects either the head sensor or the barrel sensor. If a hit lands on both the barrel sensor and the head sensor, it is treated as a headshot. Armor protection varies by attack type. For example, a fire proximity suit is excellent defense against burning attacks, but useless against everything else. A mystery armor box provides the gamer with a random piece of armor. This armor replaces any armor they previously had. The armor will be one that is consistent with the current genre of the gaming gun. Like the mystery weapons, mystery armor will last until the end of the mission or replaced with a new mystery armor. A mystery box provides the gamer a random emulation, typically a weapon. Because the emulation might be a downgrade, it is best to set auto emit to no and get the gamers to push the green button on the box to activate the device. Emulations will only be selected from those consistent with the gaming gun's genre. On the common menu, you can select the type of restriction to apply to generated emulations. The most common one to use is Simple. Simple will generate only weapons and excludes all chainsaws, pump-action shotguns, and any bolt-action weapons. On the other hand, Random will generate a completely random emulation. The option Weapons will randomly choose from a selection of weapon emulations. Finally, Class will select a random emulation from within the current class of the current slot. Gamers of all ages love to gamble with the mystery box and other random upgrades. This creates a narrative for each gamer that they can tell their friends post-game, both their successes and their disasters. A flag box for each team is required for electronic capture the flag. To capture a flag, a gamer has to shoot the other team's flag box. When they succeed, their gaming gun will say "Flag captured." The gamer's hit lights will start flashing both red and blue to indicate they have a flag. The gamer now has to return the flag by shooting their own team's flag box. On success, their gaming gun says "Flag returned." If a player dies with the flag, they lose the flag. Multiple flags can be in play at the same time. It is very important that the flag boxes are set to the right team before each mission. This is best done with the master controller. Match the box's team setting with that of the defending team, i.e. Team A defends the Team A box. In the heist mission, each team has a vault to store their cash. The team with the most amount of money in their vault when the mission ends, wins. During the game, players collect cash on their gaming gun. By shooting their vault, they can deposit these funds and score points for their team. Cash is usually obtained by shooting a money drop box, but can be stolen from another team's vault or by killing a gamer that has cash on them. Vaults belong to a team, and this is best set with a master controller. Cash can be stolen from the team's vault. Because of this, a withdrawal limit needs to be set. This is done via the vault's common menu. $50 is a good choice. You will also need to set how frequently money can be stolen. 10 seconds is recommended. This device is designed for the heist mission. Money needs to be gradually added to the field for gamers to collect and return to their team's vault. This is the role of the money drop box. When money is available, the LED strips will flash blue. To collect the cash, gamers must shoot the box. Before the mission, staff need to set up the money drop via the common menu. First, specify how frequently the money drop will generate more cash. 10 seconds is recommended. Next, set the amount to be added each time. $10 is recommended. Finally, set the maximum balance, a limit to how much the money drop can hold at any given time. Set this to $600. For the rush mission, 3 to 5 rush boxes are used as objectives. The idea is the attacking team must capture as many rush boxes as possible. When they do, they will start receiving respawns from that box. Normally, boxes have to be captured in a particular sequence. When setting up, you first need to indicate which team is attacking. Do this via the common menu. To take control of the rush box, the attacking team must first capture the box by shooting it. Then they must hold it for a selected amount of time. If the defenders shoot the box, they recapture it. On the common menu, set how long the attackers need continuous control of the box to capture it. Set to 30 seconds. In Rush, the attackers receive unlimited respawns once they capture a box, so attacker medic is set to yes, and attacker spawn is set to unlimited. Infrared range should be medium. Automatic respawn is set to yes, so the gamers only need to point at the box to respawn. RF respawns means the gamers are respawned by a short-range radio signal, so they don't need to get direct line of sight from the infrared emitter to their sensor. Set this to yes. Defenders in Rush receive limited respawns, so set Defender Medic to yes. Specify which team is defending. Defender spawn should be set to fixed number. The number limit is how many respawns the entire team gets before they run out. To calculate this, count the number of players on the defending team and double it. Additionally, set range to medium. Set automatic respawns to yes. and set RF respawn to yes. Rush is played twice. To quickly change which team is attacking and which team is defending, use the Master Controller's Set Team function on each Rush box. When the defending team is set, the box will automatically update the attacking team as well. Use only Team A and Team B when running Rush missions. A radio repeater repeats the radio signals from a master controller. The signals repeated are find, pause, resume, start, and end. A device configured as a radio repeater should be placed at the highest point of the field, ideally in a tower with minimal objects blocking the line of sight. From SATR 3.1 version, a radio repeater can also repeat hit feedback signals if configured to do so through the common menu. Repeating hit feedback is recommended to improve hit feedback reliability and range. A master controller can be used to monitor devices remotely by radio communication. This is especially useful to remotely view scoring information on various boxes. For example, to find out how many flags each team has captured, perform a monitor request for flag boxes. To access this function, scroll to monitor on the master controller's top menu. Pull the trigger. Scroll through to the device row you wish to monitor, such as flag box. Pull the trigger to start the search. Searching has longer range if a radio repeater is placed correctly in the middle of the field. If the box has at least 1 point scoring and scoring is appropriate to that box, then the team letter and score is shown on the left-hand side. The right-hand side has the unique SATR ID and alias. To view more details of a specified device in the list, use the mode or reload buttons to scroll to that device. Notice that if the line is in uppercase, it is the current line selected. Pull the trigger. If you don't need to view details but simply want to refresh the summary of scores, pull the trigger twice without scrolling to a specific device. Controlling devices by a master controller can be done remotely. This works very similarly to monitoring them. To issue commands to a device, use the Control menu and then search for devices, just like we did for Monitor. Bring up the details of the device and then pull the trigger. This will give you a list of commands that you can issue to that device, such as pause, resume, restart, trigger, and end. In the VIP escort mission, for example, the medic box for the ambush team is not activated until the 12th minute or when the VIP team reaches the LZ, whichever comes first. You can set the ambusher's medic box in position, pause it immediately after starting the mission. When it's time to start the respawns, use the remote control to issue a resume command. With this option, VIP escort can be run by one staff member instead of the usual 2. Often in Rush, you only want to activate the second and subsequent Rush boxes when the previous box falls. Once again, immediately after mission start, pause all the other Rush boxes and then resume them as required. Claymore mines can be placed around the field and can be triggered to explode by using the trigger command on the master controller. Great for scenario games that have airstrikes, artillery, or mortar attack. Master controllers have a selection of pre-recorded phrases which can be played on all gaming guns using a radio signal with one command. This is especially useful for informing all gamers who has won the last mission. There is a series of phrases to help manage large groups, especially when operating on a large battlefield where many gamers will be out of vocal range of the CO. Phrases played in the language specified for the gaming gun. We found this very useful when running Chinese school groups, so all the phrases played are in Chinese Mandarin, whereas the master controller is in English. To announce which team has won, go to the results menu under phrases. Select the desired phrase and pull the trigger. To play the same phrase again, pull the trigger twice more. In-game are phrases to notify the gamers of what is happening during a live simulation. Post-game commands are useful for giving gamers directions. Phrases include change ends, drinks break, follow CO, return equipment at the end of the session. During a live game, it is sometimes necessary to check the sensor on a gaming gun without affecting its operations. Use the sensor test command on the controller to shoot at the sensors. If hit, the target head sensor LED will flash red. To test the radio system on a target gaming gun, shoot the target the same as a sensor test. The target gaming gun will radio back to the controller. The controller will then say if the test is a pass or fail. Interrogate retrieves information about the target device by targeting the device by infrared. The Rare Settings menu on a master controller has a very wide range of setting options that can be used on turret devices by infrared. In standard Battlefield Live operations, these settings will not be used very frequently. In the Rare Settings, the complete list of resets from all genres is available. For basic laser tag games, the Any Phaser reset is useful. The language command within Rare Settings can change the language on target devices. Changing gaming guns to indoor range is done through the Indoor-Outdoor menu option. The muzzle flash can be set to red, blue, or white. For night and for games, it is quite useful to give the Alpha team a red muzzle flash and hit light, and the Bravo team blue muzzle flash and hit light, so they can easily tell teams from afar. Devices, especially gaming guns, can be locked. A locked device bypasses the boot screen so the user, even if they have a key, can't change any settings. The easiest way to unlock devices is to hit the device with an unlock command from a master controller. This is in the Rare Settings menu. Gaming guns can have an individual game timer. This means that once they are in ready state, they will operate for the time specified before entering game over state. This is used in a situation where it is a continuous game. With a continuous game, gamers can join at any time and leave when their time is up. Every SATR device, such as battle boxes and gaming guns, need to have a unique ID. The easiest way to set a number of devices quickly to a ID is to shoot each device in turn with the Set SATR ID command. With self-spawn, gaming guns when dead automatically come back to life after a specified time without requiring a medic box or respawn command from a master controller. This is especially useful for monsters played by actors, where the scene is set after each group passes.